Looks like we have yet another entry into the Operation Protect the White Boy, well, in this case, white boys in full effect segment. So this is actually kind of an update video, because if y'all remember, I did a video about a man by the name of Jalique Rosemond, who was a student at KSU, which is in Kennesaw State University, where he was viciously attacked by these two PC men and, called racial slurs. It even got to the point where they ripped out his hair. This guy has locks, and they ripped some of it out in the back to the point where if you looked at the picture, he has a bald spot right there. Well, they have been identified, and here are their images right here. But the Operation Protect the White Boy kicks in when it says that both of these guys were released on a bond. Two men have been released from jail after being accused of viciously attacking a Kennesaw State University student. Last week, KSU student Jalique Rosemond said he was the victim of a hate crime at the West 22 apartments just before midnight on Saturday. Rosemond said two men attacked him, called him racist names, broke his nose, and ripped out his dreadlocks. He believes the attack was due to his skin color and nothing else. He was treated for his injuries at the hospital. On January 27th, Kennesaw police arrested 20-year-old Gage Dakota Stanley, age 20 of Chatsworth, and 20-year-old Kole Reasoner. What kind of names are these? Of Flowery Branch, and charged them both with aggravated battery and battery. It is unclear if the two also attend KSU. Both suspects have been released according to jail records. Stanley posted a $16,720 bond, and Reasoner posted a $22,220 bond. Kennesaw police said it continues to investigate and that it's possible that the attack was racially motivated. I bet you if Jalique Rosemond was Asian, they would have wasted no time. Well, I rethink that, because when it comes to PC people attacking Asian people, a lot of the times they don't want to press them with any charges. But if there was a black person involved with them, then they would have said it was a hate crime. I think that's the best way of putting it. Based on the current video evidence and statements, this could ultimately be racially motivated, but all aspects of this case will be investigated and the proper charges will be applied. Kennesaw Chief of Police Bill Westenberger said in a statement. Notice they always got to see if there's a possibility that they can get them off from being hit with a hate crime charge, instead of seeing it for what it is. They just randomly attacked this guy for no reason and damn near pretty much almost broke his nose. They ripped out his hair and attacked him and called him racial slurs. That's why I said it's going to get to the point where black people, not only are you going to have to carry your power tool with you, but you might have to get like a little hidden camera that you can put somewhere on your body that you can activate. You know how they have the body cam footage, like the body cam, but don't make it look so obvious. That way you can have something on you. That way, if something happens, you can just activate it somehow, some way, without having to try to pull out your phone. Because in this situation, I wouldn't suggest you try to pull out your phone anyway. Like, who would want to try to pull out a phone while they're currently getting their ass beat? So, especially if there's no one around, this would be helpful if there's no one around. And it sounds to me like there was no one there, because whatever footage they're getting it from, it has to be surveillance from some kind of camera that was somewhere in the vicinity, because no one was there but him and these two pieces of shit. So maybe that's something some black people can start looking into getting. I don't know how it will help or if it will hinder, because as we have seen in the past, there have been incidents where this stuff caught on camera and nothing really changes, as it is pretty much to the point where you might as well not have a camera on you at all. So, we shall see what happens, but I'm going to stand with the brother on this one, say that this was definitely racially motivated and that they attacked him because he's a black man. And what a bitch made move of them to do to pull out his hair. I remember seeing a video a while ago where it was this black man who had locks and he was fighting this white guy inside of a Waffle House. And one of the first things this white guy did when he was realizing he wasn't getting the upper hand in the fight is to pull on this man's locks like a girl. And then, when women fight, they like to pull hair. I think any man that fights another man and he pulls on his hair, whether he has cornrows or he has his hair out or maybe locks, that's a bitch move. That you have to go and resort to doing a tactic that most women would do when they're fighting to try to give yourself an upper hand. If you just ain't got the hands, you ain't got the hands. The same thing goes for a man throwing drinks in the face of another man. Like, what in the love and hip hop is going on here? I've seen that too. That's crazy. But as for these two right here, they better keep an eye on them because they said they was released on bond. It doesn't say anything about them having to like be under house arrest. Nothing about them having to wear some kind of ankle monitor or nothing. So as far as I know, they're just walking around free. And let's talk about how low their bonds were. $16,720. If they only had to do 10%, that's what, roughly $1,600 and something dollars, somewhere around that range. And the other one, his was 22,000. So that's what, 2,000, close to $2,300. That's probably nothing for either one of them. Again, some consequences do not deserve a bond. This is one of them. And also, again, in the protection of them is them investigating on whether or not this is a hate crime or not. Like I said, if this was two black men and the victim was Asian, they would have been quick to say that it was a quote unquote hate crime with the swiftness